Good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming to the Black Box Theater here at the Institute of American Indian Arts, located in Santa Fe, New Mexico, traditional Tewa territory, or Okeechobee. My name is Julia Wall, and I'm from the Pueblo Hinman as well as Ojibwe, and I'd like to introduce to you Great Surface people. Indigenous arts, poets, and musicians weave their truth into song, expression, and space. Woven is an audiovisual response to the colonial and imperialistic history of the Southwest in the form of Navajo storytelling and contemporary indigenous expression. As a means to transmute intergenerational trauma into beauty, the artists embrace past and future to unfold the present. Woven is the expression of indigenous voice, character, and awareness. We come here tonight to acknowledge the need for healing, the toxicities and the traumas given intergenerationally. Commemorating place, identity, indigenous history, and the need for community healing, woven is the interweaving of dialogue between indigenous voice and soul. Woven is Navajo, Tewa, Chemehuevi, Sapone, Kumuyi, Choctaw, Quechua, Inupiaq, African American, Spanish, queer, femme, and teen.
Something there, rising. That first spark. He stood before her, startled by her beauty, the warmth that was that first fire.
Thank you.
a storm blowing up the head now. There's a flower, valley color, blooming. At the mountains speak freedom in tongues now. No más muertes, mi cuerpo, el río. On humble. 500 years I felt my fears between the silence. You blacken my lungs, scorched on my earth. Where is my home now? Give me my sage, I'll say my prayer and just walk onward. Fade away, another day, drifting forward endlessly. I fell asleep and heard the crowd, feeling violence. Ordinary pleasures lost, human soul is such a flaw. Mother God and Father Time, waltzing all directions while I fade away. LSD, Oxycontin in my dreams. I pray to you, I pray to you, looking all directions. Then suddenly, like Novocaine, numbness coursed my every vein. I talk to you, I pray to you, feeling all directions while I fade away. While I fade away. I fade Thank you.
Well, I'll try to be coherent. And I don't know exactly where we're going, but wherever it is, we'll be okay. But if I say anything that you don't agree with, that's just really what it is, right? Because I really am crazy. So, really. I flew with the eagles until I fell from the nest. I ran with the wolves, then got lost from the pack. Slowly I go crazy every day. Some days I run faster than others. I never strayed into heaven. It was hard getting past hell. I traveled through beyond the death and birth of man. I am lonely. Imagine running out of imagine, mistaking authority for power, weaving life's free spirit into habits and control. I heard all that was said. Until now, I'm in my control. The edge between twilight and dark, the great lie hurts. Prostitution of soul, anyone can do it alone. I went down some roads, down my death. I am. days dreaming, chasing the neon woven from my eyes. From my place in line, I fell out of order. I've been here, I've been there, I've been anywhere, and I haven't been anywhere. But I'll be back again. I am Victorian. Imagine mistaking authority for power. Breathing life's free spirit into patterns. And the reality of new reality, how we see what we see, affects the quality of our reality. We are children of earth and sky, DNA, descendant, non, ancestry. Human being, physical spirit, bone, flesh, blood, spirit, metal, mineral, water, spirit. We are in time and space, but we're from beyond time and space. The past is part of the present. The future is part of the present. Life and being are interrelated. We are the DNA of earth, moon, planets, and stars. We are related to the universe. Creator created creation, spirit and intelligence with clarity, and human power. We are part of the memories of evolution. These memories carry knowledge. These memories carry our identity. Beneath race, gender, class, age. Beneath citizen, business, state, religion. We are human beings. And these memories are trying to remind us, human beings, it's time to rise up. Remember who we are. I think I want to talk a little bit about who we are. Because see, reality is based upon our perception of reality. It's what it is. But we really need to understand it. See, and I think one of the objectives in life is to understand. It's not enough to know. I know how to turn on the TV, but I can't even begin to understand how it works. So it's not enough to know. So I think one of the purposes that life teaches us is the further we make it into life, the more coherency we have left and we will understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a reality where I'm surrounded by all these beings that don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. And because they don't know who they are, they don't know where they are, they don't understand the language that they speak, so there's a general confusion and chaos that just takes place in their reality. It's almost like, the way they make all the
Thank you. the turquoise sky. Will you please bathe me in the river? I no longer ask reasons why. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin on the piano. gentlemen, Zach Dominguez on the keys. I'd like to introduce Star Not Afraid and Hoytema.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Not Afraid, also known as Star.
My name is Hoytema, Talawumptewa.
And I'm from Hopi village in Hopi.
I'm from the Sangre village in Second Mesa.
And the song we're going to share for you is one that's kind of appropriate for this time of the year, and which is around the buffalo dance season. And since we are coming into the winter months, we decided to share something with you that we like to sing ourselves. And what the song is basically talking about is that we the little Hopis are here to jam and make you feel good. That's basically what it's about. So,
whispers prayers into my palm. Am I just so now? Walk with me when the fire burns. Talk to your children. We have much to learn.
Red sky, home to drops of sun, holds the language that calls the rain, a forgotten tongue. God, rain, rain cloud, chasing back to the place that we call home. Back to the smell of pine and unrequited silence. A silence that knows no defeat. Holds you in, wraps you up because this ancestral warmth knows no boundary. You are broken, babe. A shatter to break such deafening silence, running alongside the night and her crashing waves of stars, luminescent, motherly eyes, watching, seeing into my very core how long I have waited, to hear your song, to sing me down and bring the sun back again. Impression of your presence stains my soul. An ancestral warmth that knows no boundary. Picks up the soles of your feet, returning. Who are you? Are you lost? Will you ever be found? The burning. When the sky caught fire, separated you, split you, created a scorched earth, scorned your fruit once ripe. I know no other life. Burning me, so that the smell of sap will rise like clouds of ochre. A split in the cracked earth, an ache, a rumble, a hunger. You are sky, honey, and earth. Medicinal hearth, an ancestral warmth that knows no boundaries.
Thank you. When the odd sun touches the dew on juniper needles, evaporating into new worlds, the misplaced heat idles within atmospheric and tangible space. The place is where I reside to understand how to love you, finding old warmth nestled among young gods and ancestors. I rise with the wicked, not above, but on shoulders of giants who defied craving nights and impotent virtue. They kept me learning and fighting. As if Kit Carson was the only way they'd remember our names. From public schools to food banks, we line the streets, knowing the ground underneath. Underneath cement, under mortar, under the stress of 500 years. Under war and monetary complex lay the wounded soul, wishing to pray in their mother tongue. Nights wrapped in cellophane and oxycodone, the river flows to bless my tear ducts, to heal me. Witness to nights where I abused myself and others. I heard my brother binging under street lamps with no warmth or direction. I learned how to pray the year I went down the darkest street in my hometown to a trailer with no staircase. She was a mule for the borderline, pushing glass with no reflections. She fiends with a friend, narcotics running through the veins, like some pitiful god that's lost all direction. But I saw your daughter that night, young, black, and beautiful. She came out to see another room full of strangers, asking for a goodnight kiss. Chemicals on your teeth oblige, another youth lost in night. The black world resides within all of us. Trying to find the first light on the mesa, the rug unwoven. No God and worship materials, firearms laid on ochre rugs. Currency wades the waters that nourish young fledglings. Wise words build empires, and the same can be said about their destruction. Desired karma when a baby smiles, a mother's function. Symbols will deceive with pearls divine, but the devil's ludicrous and the world is alive. Breathe with her. Let your insecurities fall down like the houses that shelved your heartfelt antiquities sincere. And if you lose your voice, tie your lungs to the creaks of boarding school walls, screaming at the bounds of inhuman fortitude. That is not our soul. Illuminate the dimly lit halls where vigils lit well into the night. The graveyard for our mothers, scholars, lawyers, doctors, the once faithful, grieving loved ones, the stoic and unbridled. Pleading that the heart is undone. But my fortune lay among the rubble. I'll slatter mortar upon the foundation until I can claw wet earth with weak hands. Trembling before stone people, I'll retire my ego, letting loose the string of burden. Returning to the people. Return me to the people. Return me to the people. Return me to the people. Thank you. It's them brown eyes killing me straight. I'd lie if you weren't holding me down. I was bashful and happy while I see you dancing like a fool now. So for the vow, how the cosmos watch as we cross this line, and I call it love, she calls it fame, like the moon upon the way. I call it love, she calls it fame, like the moon upon the way. I call it love, she calls it fame, like that moon upon the way. I call it love, she calls it fate, like the moon upon the way. Juniper sweet, sing me your symphony. Roots underneath, I need your unity. The dance of the stars falls from your lips and teeth. Gifted a smile that lives uncertainty. I call it love, she calls it fate, like the moon upon the way. I call it love, she calls it fate, like the moon upon the way. I call it love, she calls it fate, like the moon upon the way. I call it love, she calls it yellow moon, mind wandering half away. Summer ain't right, the faces are out too gray, flat by design, running with fire. was great. I just want to thank all of you for showing up tonight. I've been putting this together with all these wonderful musicians pretty much this whole semester. I was like mainly inspired, well, I guess first the band that I have is Earth Surface People, and all the music that we create and the expressions that are in that music all come from my ancestry, and it comes from my lineage, which includes my great-grandmother, Tiana Bighorse. She was a first generation survivor of the Navajo genocide of 1886, and her father helped to liberate Navajos during the Long Walk. So a few years ago, I was able to meet a woman who is a very good friend to my grandmother. Her name is Noel Bennett. She lives here in Santa Fe. And she helped to put together the pictorial support inside of this production. And so it was like really great just to be able to meet her and talk with her and kind of get another perspective and another, some more stories about my grandmother that I'd never known. And so we came up with the initial idea of this performance, I think sometime in August. And so this is a picture of them. So the person who took the photos, his name is John Running, he's the one in the middle there. Noel Bennett is the one on the left. And there's my beautiful great-grandmother, Tiana Bighorse, on the right there. And so if you saw the rugs coming in the foyer area, those are all of her rugs. So it was really something special to bring together this whole cast and crew and all of this music. It's like brand new music for like a majority of us. And it all comes from like the rugs and like the stories that she told. And if you go out to that area too, you can find all of her books that she helped co-author and author with Noel Bennett. So anyway, I just want to go ahead and thank the band members as well. I want to thank Kevin Wright over here, holding it down. Me and Kevin met sometime in, I think like 2015. He was actually in the first iteration of Earth Surface People, so I'm really grateful for him. Next, I want to thank Chris Andrioli, who came in late on this project. He's a great drummer. And next, I want to thank Ryan Dennison, holding me down on the bass. And then last, we've got Zach Dominguez here, holding me down on the keys. And I think if Maiyah is still in the crowd, would you mind coming down? And thank you, Maiyah, as well. That was like a wonderful poem. I haven't shook. I was like shook after that. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I could finish the setup after that. That was crazy. Spin that fire. Let's see. All right, then Josh already went home because he was like really sick and he just was able to come out for me. And then last, I guess I'll thank myself. It was great to play this all for you, and I hope you all had a great time. It means a lot that you all came out in support. Yes, thank you for all coming out. This is Woven. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out. Have a good night.